think the Irish music has been affected by the Irish history?
Irish music and Irish history all come hand in hand. It's why it's so bloody good.
Prison wall, I hear the young girl calling. Michael, they am taking you away. Boys don't Trevelyan's gone. Told the young, I ain't seen them on. Now a pleasant ship lies waiting in the bay. Long light a field of Athenry, where once we watched the small.
Disagreements between the Irish Republic and the British government has led to war, bloodshed, unfulfilled promises of independence, and division of the country. Throughout this, Irish music have always played a big part. In hard and painful times, Irish folk music was the main source of refuge for many people. The songs gave them strength, endurance, and hope. Hope of better times ahead, the hope of independence. We took a trip to Ireland to find out just how much the Irish history really means to the people today, and how the Irish folk music is linked to the country's history.
When you're free against the famine and the crown.
Irish musicians use the term traditional to describe several categories of music and dance: songs in Irish Gaelic, songs in English, instrumental slow airs, dance music, solo step dances, and group dance. Many of these forms are shared with other European traditions, but have become distinctively Irish over time through the use of particular melodies, performance styles, and instrumentation. The major forms in the tradition were established by the early 19th century, but they have continued to evolve through the absorption and adaptation of new elements and instruments. Technically, Irish traditional music is what folklorists call folk music, meaning orally transmitted, usually rural-based, non-professional, non-commercial repertory, created by and for the folk. Folk means music that has a long history within a specific community, often performed in rituals, and serves as a reminder of shared cultural history and values. Defining traditional music is an increasingly complex task in our global world. While it is tempting to classify traditional music as something old, passed down from generation to generation in an unchanged way, music cultures are dynamic. In the case of Ireland, traditional music and dance forms have remained distinct over time, but have also changed in response to both internal and external cultural influences. These are the Irish folk instruments: flute, fiddle, whistle, harp, bodhrán, bagpipes, uilleann pipes, accordion, melodeon, concertina. Later included guitar, bouzouki.
Irish dance tunes consist of a single melodic line, where the tune is played by one musician or by a group, all play the same melody. The majority of tunes are in binary form, with an 8-measure A section and an 8-measure B section. The melodic range of the B section usually rises above that of the A section. These sections are often repeated when played, so that the whole melody consists of 32 bars of music, represented as A-A-B-B. After playing the entire tune once, musicians usually repeat it a few times before switching to another that has the same form and rhythm, but a different melody. This process of making melodies of tunes expands the melodic possibilities of a single performance. It is the rhythm of dance tunes that differ so that we can tell a jig from a reel.
The musicians talk about the skeleton of a tune, meaning the basic notes and melodic shape that give each tune its own identity. However, in performance, players don't play skeletal versions. Instead, they play their own melodic and rhythmic variations to make it slightly different. Irish ornaments include cuts, rolls, triplets, and crans. The cut is important in Irish music because it separates two notes of the same pitch by quickly inserting a higher pitch in between them. Another ornament is the roll, which exists in two variants. The short roll is played within the duration of one quarter note. The long roll is made up of 5 quick notes that replace a single dotted quarter note. Triplets are another common ornament used by all instrumentalists. When using triplets, the instrumentalist replaces one note with 3 of the same note or 3 moving up or down. The cran is an ornament that originated with the Julian pipe, but it's also used on most other instruments.
Back in Ireland, we were in a kind of a post-colonial state.
Yeah.
The people who went away took the folk music of the country with them, of the country of Ireland. But a lot of the music that was made in Ireland was a little bit more cultured, and it was a bit more Dublin-centric. Traditional music is there are a lot of great Dublin musicians, but traditional music is really the music of outside Dublin. It's the music of rural Ireland.
When you think about some of the songs in Irish music, wouldn't be written only for Irish history. The difference between Irish music and the rest of the world is it's more fun. Because you drink and you get drunk and you have the crack, even if you don't want to join in. Irish music will grab you by the soul and it'll shake you and say, listen!
Irish music, it's always very good.
But I think the Irish are the ones that just went, fuck it, like. You know, it's cool, give us a point, we'll be grand. Don't worry about it. The likes of, for instance, you know, different countries, the way they have like a civil war between one side and the other. Like North Korea and South Korea. They call that a war, yeah? Northern Ireland, South of Ireland have a war. It's only a bit of trouble. Don't worry about it, it's grand.
We'll make some music about it.
It's grand, we'll have a song, we'll have a drink and we'll have a fight and we'll be grand.
Which Tupac song is your favorite? Which? Tupac song. Which Tupac song is your favorite song?
Your favorite song?
Yeah. Tupac.
No, my favorite songs.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, guitar. I can play guitar.
Irish songs make you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and
They've got a story to tell.
Every single one of them has a story.
Englishman.
You have a joke about them?
Oh, you always. You know, they say, all right, mate. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I can play guitar.
A joke about an Englishman. They're all fucking. I won't even say Englishmen are all jokes. But anyway.
Irish music, I don't know exactly because I'm not Irish.
What's the handiest thing to do when you see an Englishman running across your field with half a head? Reload, take aim, and shoot the other fucking half off. When they invaded this country, they couldn't understand what we were saying. And Irishmen were shot dead on the streets for standing because these fucking ignoramus pricks couldn't understand what we were saying because they couldn't be bothered to get somebody to come over and say, hang on lads, they speak a different language, we have to give them a chance. You know, and it disgusts me. I'm 35. This happened long before I was born. My grandfather in Croke Park years ago, the English army bust through the gates in a tank and shot my grandfather and my mother and my uncle was shot there that day. And I'll never, till the day I die, I'll never ever step foot in England. If you're free in here, that's it. You're free. Doesn't matter. You could be shackled up and tied to a wall. You're still free once you're free in your heart. You know, that's it.
That's what the Irish music tries to express.
What it is, yeah. You got it. That's exactly it. Nail on the head.
Throughout time, Irish folk music has been consistent, incorporating a variety of techniques, instruments and styles from other parts of the world. Irish traditional music has survived more strongly against the forces of cinema, radio and the mass media than any indigenous folk music of most European countries. Though many Irish youngsters don't listen to folk music as much as earlier generations did, it still means a great deal to every Irish born. The feelings, the emotions and the sorrow these folk songs bring to the Irish people reminds them of their past their history, and their long and hard-fought war against the British in the fight for independence. Every Irish folk song tells a tale of its time and its people, of its struggles and joys. By interviewing people on the street, we found out just how much the Irish songs of old times mean to them, and how strong their feelings regarding the British still are. A man we met on the street was deeply moved when we asked him about the Irish history and the music's meaning to it. His grandfather, mom and uncle were among the 31 people who was killed on the 21st November 1920 during the Irish War of Independence. He swore that he would never forgive the British people for what they had done. He said that he would never even travel to England. When we asked him about the very famous song Fields of Athenry, which every year is sung by thousands and thousands of people all around the world, he simply answered, "Beautiful and incomparable," whereafter he played it for us. So even though many people claim that Irish music is outdated, we believe the opposite. History cannot be outdated, and Irish music is history. The modern problem with Irish folk music is that the music just can't be downloaded on the internet like everything else. It is antique. But the original folk music will not vanish, so haters, deal with it. Whether you love it or hate it, facts are that much of the music we listen to today is inspired by the Irish folk music.
We watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing.
At the end of the day, it's about the crack and the point.